In the early hours of a quiet morning, a single file was removed from a government archive. No alarms were triggered, no announcement was made, and by the end of that same day, the crime connected to it officially no longer existed. What's disturbing isn't just what happened. It's how close this story came to disappearing forever. Because someone didn't just want this crime forgotten, they wanted it buried. And for decades, they almost succeeded. What you're about to hear isn't a solved mystery. It's not even a complete one. Large portions of this case are missing, names were removed, dates were altered, and one key piece of evidence was never logged into the system. Near the end of this story, there is a single detail, just one, that explains why someone went to such extreme lengths to erase it. That detail changes everything. Officially, the case was closed in less than 2 weeks. The final report described it as an unfortunate but explainable incident. No criminal charges, no public trial, no follow-up investigation. But those who saw the first version of the report noticed something strange. The conclusion didn't match the evidence. Witness statements referenced events that never appeared in the final file. Photographs taken at the scene were mentioned, but not attached. And one officer's notes simply stopped mid-sentence. This wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. The crime itself took place somewhere ordinary. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, nothing that should have raised immediate suspicion. At first glance, it seemed simple, but responders noticed something they couldn't explain. Nothing was missing, nothing was broken. And yet, one small detail suggested that someone else had been there. That detail was documented, photographed, and later, quietly removed. The official explanation was released quickly, too quickly. It relied on assumptions instead of facts and ignored multiple inconsistencies that had already been recorded. One investigator questioned the conclusion during an internal meeting. According to archived notes, the response was short and final. This line of inquiry is no longer necessary. That investigator was reassigned within days, but the questions didn't disappear. There was one person who refused to accept the explanation. Not a journalist, not an outsider, a clerk, someone whose job was to organize paperwork, and who noticed when paperwork didn't add up. They had seen earlier drafts of the report. They noticed revisions that weren't logged, entire paragraphs replaced with vague summaries. They asked one simple question: why was this changed? They never received an answer. Years passed. Public attention faded, and the case slipped into obscurity. Then something unexpected happened. A secondary archive was digitized. Most of the files were routine, unremarkable. But one index entry stood out. It referenced the crime using a classification code that didn't exist at the time the case was supposedly closed. That meant only one thing. The file had been accessed after it was sealed. Someone went back. This is where the burial becomes clear. The crime wasn't erased all at once. It was dismantled. Witnesses were removed from the narrative. Physical evidence was reclassified. The cause was reframed. Finally, the entire case was folded into an unrelated administrative category. On paper, it became invisible. Anyone searching for it wouldn't even know what to look for. Officially, no one was blamed, but the changes protected certain interests. Agencies avoided scrutiny, reputations remained untouched, and a dangerous question was never asked publicly. Most people stopped looking. One didn't. There is one piece of evidence that was never recovered, not lost, not destroyed, simply unaccounted for. Early documentation confirms it existed. Later documentation pretends it never did. No explanation was offered. Without it, the crime cannot be fully reconstructed, which raises a disturbing possibility. The truth may already be known, just not to the public. If that missing piece ever surfaced, the official story would collapse instantly. That explains why the case remains sealed, why access requests are denied, why the crime is never referenced in summaries or statistics. Because buried crimes don't stay buried unless someone keeps watch over them. Today, the case is listed as resolved. No follow-ups, no appeals, no discussion. But resolution is not the same as truth, and silence is not proof of innocence. At the beginning of this video, I told you a file was removed from an archive. That file has never been returned, and officially this crime never happened. But if someone tried this hard to bury it, then the truth must be far more dangerous than the crime itself.